Now to Kenya, where a runoff vote may be needed as early election results show a tight race between the two main contenders to be the next president. The veteran opposition leader, Raila Odinga, and the deputy president, William Ruto, appear evenly matched. The result is expected later in the week.
These ballot boxes will seal Kenya's fate for the next 5 years. After hours of voting, described as peaceful, Kenyans are now waiting to hear who will next lead their country.
I'm seeing everything is going on well, and we want just peace to prevail.
Some Kenyans say they have little hope in politicians after years in which successive governments failed to meet the country's economic needs. Disapproval saw voter turnout plunge compared to previous years, especially among Kenya's younger voters. But observers say they can only do so much.
I cannot ramble about turnout. You cannot push the CTS to come. That's your pastime now, not mine. Mine is they've been allowed to vote. Nobody was restricted, prevented from voting. The process was calm, peaceful, orderly. So if somebody has chosen not to exercise his or her right to elect their leader, well.
Kenyans have returned to daily life while awaiting the results. For many, memories of violent disputes over election results are not too distant. Observers hope a quick count will ease any anxieties.
For now, people have gotten used to such panic. Unlike in the previous years, business is going on as usual. As you can see, there are quite a number of people going on with their business because one thing that we need to know is that these politicians are friends, and the common people, as we talk now, cannot in any way try to harm his or her colleague.
For the first time in Kenya's history, opposing candidates have vowed to accept the results without dispute. As the results near, Kenyans hope the promise will hold.
For more, let's bring in DW correspondent Mariel Mulla. She's been covering this election in Kenya from the beginning. Mariel, I understand that you're visiting a stronghold of one of the frontrunners in this election, William Ruto. What are the expectations of his supporters there?
Well, the expectations are clear. People here want Mr. Ruto to win. As you rightly said, I'm in one of the strongholds of Mr. Ruto. So this is Eldoret, and here on the streets, people are gathering, as you can see behind me. They are watching the TV, tallying, they're having political discussions. Yesterday night we came here as well to a packed restaurant. Even though it was cold and raining, people were even standing out on the street and talking about the elections and waiting for the results and following the TV tallying. So yeah, the mood is still calm. People are expecting Mr. Ruto to win. They are planning celebrations on the street, slaughtering cows here and having a big party. One told me he will be very sad, of course, if he loses and won't leave his house for 3 days. So expectations are very high here.
Okay, vote counting is underway. Tell us where the projections stand at this point and when we might get a result.
So at the moment, 14 million votes have been cast according to the Electoral Commission, but you have to know that from the polling stations, which are more than 46,000, they go to the constituency tallying center, then to the county tallying center, to the nationwide tallying center. So it takes some time for the final result to be published from the Electoral Commission. In the meantime, the main three TV networks here are publishing their own tallying, because the Electoral Commission has uploaded the forms that have been filled in each polling station, so 46,000, and have made them public online. So everybody can come and download them, make their own tallying, and that's what these networks are doing. Also some people on social media. Some have been already saying, okay, Mr. Ruto has won. This is also what causes anxiety and confusion among Kenyans, because they watch these three different networks and they have two different people leading. In one network, Raila is leading, and the other one is Ruto is leading. And you have to know this, in in people's memories, the post-election violence is still fresh. So the confrontation between the Kalenjin ethnic community that Mr. Ruto hails from and the Kikuyu ethnic community, which is the largest in the country, was very devastating to the people here. I mean, there have been people killed, there have been massacres, there have been battles on the streets. So even though it was in 2007, people here are very aware of that, and they really don't want this to happen again.
When a new president is finally in place, Mariel, what are the main tasks that they're going to face upon taking office?
So the main issues at the moment are the high cost of living and the unemployment. The rising food prices have been an issue for months now. People tell me they haven't been able to put food on the table. They have had to skip 1 or 2 meals a day. Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta, the president, had to halve the price of maize flour, which is a staple here, per government decree shortly before the election to keep nerves calm. And this situation comes in a situation of drought as well. Kenya is suffering, especially the north, of a devastating drought. 4 million Kenyans are on the brink of starvation. And people really hope that the next president will help and improve the situation.
Mariel, thank you very much, as always. Our correspondent, Mariel Müller.